The one point I was disappointed by, and I will concede to the opposition, is the quality of the umpiring. And I thought on the third umpire replay in the first innings, the umpires got it wrong. And I think the match referee admitted that the umpires were wrong by reinstating England's review. I thought the umpires got it wrong today as well, with a question of whether or not a shot was offered when Rohit Sharma thrust his pad out. And I don't know if you saw a lot of cricket, certainly we on the subcontinent played a lot of, Michael. The standard practice was thrust your pad out, get the bat in, and at the very last minute, tuck it in behind the pads. And for a long time, the umpires allowed that. The moment umpires stopped allowing that, that went out of the game. We saw that in again today.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think you're making some very valid points that, the umpiring generally out in the middle has been very good. The decision-making process, that split second that they have to make the decision, I think they've got a lot of the decisions right. The third umpire, there's no excuses for not looking at the replays or different angles. You've got everything in front of you. But the one thing that England have got to be careful of in this situation, and Harsh, you've covered many touring teams coming to India, that you can get into this siege mentality that you think everything's going against you. And England might be thinking, oh, wait a minute, everything's going against us. We've lost the toss, the pitch, the umpiring decisions, the third umpiring decisions. England are behind the game because of that. They're behind the game this week because they've not played well enough. And that's a fact. And, Joe Root's got to make sure that he stays very calm. I saw him in the last session. He was getting a little bit irate with the umpires, and you could see that his face, he was getting a little bit angry. You've got to be very controlled as a leader and also as a team to understand that you will have days and potentially weeks in India against this kind of quality where it will not go your way and you won't play well enough and you might get hammered. It's how you kind of come back from that and kind of get the group together and go, right, okay, this hasn't been the week that we would have expected, but next week will be better. We'll make sure that we arrive with a better mentality. But on tours like you have going to India in the kind of pressure zone of what's delivered, you can get into this siege mentality that you think everything's going against you, and it generally is, and it's generally that you're just not playing good enough cricket for that period, and you try and make a few excuses. England have just got to be careful that, and I'm sure they won't, that they don't try and make excuses for their performance, which hasn't quite been to the mark this week.